Well, y'all, welcome back to another video of Rolling Bob. Here to give you my thoughts on all three NASCAR series schedules for 2025 Trucks Xfinity Cup, what I like and what I dislike. Hope you enjoy. So here's what I dislike and like about the 2025 Craftsman Truck Series schedule. 25 total races. We got Daytona, Atlanta, Las Vegas, hosted in Miami, Martinsville, Bristol, Rockingham, Texas, Kansas, North Wilkesboro, Charlotte, Nashville, Michigan, Pocono, Lime Rock, Lucas Oil, IRP, Watkins Glen, regular season finale, Richmond, round of 10 in the playoffs, Darlington, Bristol, New Hampshire, round of 8, Charlotte, Roval, Talladega, Martinsville, and then the championship race, Final Four, Phoenix. So what I like, I love that Rockingham is finally back. Last time that the Truck Series raced at Rockingham was 2013. We thought we'd never get this track back. Well, they got some money through COVID, the whole situation there. I think it's like a COVID relief fund, whatever it was. They got a bunch of money, millions of dollars. They repaved the track and got safer barriers in that thing. And now NASCAR is finally giving them a race date. Easter weekend. That race will be on Friday. Great. That's awesome. Hopefully the people turn up for that race. Another thing I love is that North Wilkesboro is finally back for a third again. That was a great race. Great turnout for that race. Saturday race in the afternoon. Great spot there on FS1. Then Lime Rock. This race will be on a Saturday at Fox. On Fox, baby. Lime Rock Part, a road course in Connecticut. The people there have been working really hard to hopefully get a NASCAR sanctioned race there. And they officially have got a race. So really awesome for that place. Hopefully it puts on a great event. Also, I love that Michigan is back on the schedule. It was not on last year. Schedule for the Craftsman Truck Series is back this year. And also Watkins Glen, another road course, will be back on the schedule. Another thing I love is Darlington will be in the playoffs for the Craftsman Truck Series. It was in the regular season last year. Now they moved it to the playoffs. Love that. Bristol's back on. Great. New Hampshire, a new track in the playoffs is on. I'm okay with that. And the last thing I like, I wish it wasn't around the 8 in the playoffs, but the Charlotte Roval. They're officially, the Truck Series is going to the Charlotte Roval, half oval / road course. That'll be fun to watch, a playoff race. So a very important race. So I do enjoy that. It'll be Friday, 3:30 in the afternoon. So a weird start time. Not a big fan of start time, especially for people that have to work, but it is what it is. Now the things I dislike. Homestead Miami is way too early in the schedule. That's a playoff-worthy track. It will not be in the playoffs. Another thing I dislike is that Lucas Oil IRP, another track that's in the playoffs, will not be in the playoffs. And also, it looks like it'll be his own standalone event. I'm not sure Arco will go there. The track is located in Indianapolis, a flat, worn-out track. Usually they would have it during the same week as the Rickard 400 or whatever race NASCAR was having at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But I guess not this year. Hopefully people still turn out for that. Also, Richmond, I don't really hate it, but I wish Richmond wasn't the regular season finale. I wish the track had a little more multi-group racing like at Darlington. I wouldn't mind having that as a regular season finale, but it has to do a lot with scheduling. So I'm okay with Richmond, but I wish it was a different track. Now, another thing I hate is that Phoenix is the championship race, because I think the racing there is terrible. Everyone does not like it, but hopefully this is the last year. Hopefully we go to a better overall track that puts on better racing, especially if NASCAR is going to have their one race championship winner-take-all style race. Now, the last thing I hate the most about this entire freaking schedule is Talladega. The fact that it'll be the second to last race of the round of 8, a very important race in who decides who goes to the Final Four to race for a Craftsman Truck Series championship. And you got Talladega, man. This is a very much easily, you can see it through your two eyes, that this is built off entertainment. That's why it's here. It's for entertainment. It's not to crown the most deserving guy. To move on, you could have a guy like Corey Heim who's low in points. Get wrecked out and lose his opportunity to go to the Final Four. I just hate that whole unpredictability. I mean, entertainment-wise, it's awesome, but for trying to crown the most deserving, the best team, it certainly is far from that. Here are my likes and dislikes for the NASCAR Xfinity Series season. All races will be on CW, 33 races: Daytona, Atlanta, Kona, Phoenix, Las Vegas, Homestead, Miami, Martinsville, Darlington, Bristol, Rockingham, Talladega, Texas, Charlotte, Nashville, Mexico City, Pocono, Atlanta, Chicago Street, Sonoma, Dover, Indianapolis, Iowa, Watkins Glen, Daytona, Portland, Worldwide Technology Raceway. The playoffs, Bristol, Kansas, Charlotte, round of 12. Round of 8, Las Vegas, Talladega, Martinsville, and then the championship race, Final Four, Phoenix. So what I like about the schedule, I love Kona being the third race in the season, a road course earlier in the season. I like that. Darlington. Another thing I love is that Rockingham will return to the schedule for the Xfinity Series, also with the Truck Series and ARCA Series. Last time the Xfinity Series raced at Rockingham was in 2004, so it's been a long time. Like we already talked about, a lot of people put a lot of work in that track. They got a lot of money through the COVID relief fund, whenever that was, to repave the track, new safer barriers, so it's great that track is hosting a race Easter weekend. Should be super fun to watch. Love that a lot. Also, things I love that are, noticeable. Mexico City. We're going international for the first time. I forget how freaking long. It's awesome. Hopefully, it's a big event for Xfinity. A lot of fans turn out for the Xfinity Series race. Also, the Chicago Street, another unique track. Street race is returning. Could be the last time we see the Chicago Street race this year. We got Dover, which I love. It's later in the season, too. Closer to that playoff time. Indianapolis is returning. It was a great finish last year, so love that they're back. Iowa, love that Iowa's back. Awesome. Watkins good. Daytona and Portland. Another road course that's put on some really great racing. I love that's back on the schedule. Then Worldwide Technology Raceway. This will be the first year, or at least the first time I can remember, that the Xfinity Series will be racing there, a very flat, mile-long track. It's not going to me, the most exciting track to have your regular season finale. So that's kind of a downer there, but it is a new track, so it's great to see. The playoffs, Bristol, Kansas back. Great to have those tracks back. The Charlotte, Louisville's back. Love that. And then I also love that Martinsville is back on the schedule. Great to see that track. Going to be a very big race. Always a really entertaining race there at Martinsville. Now, my dislikes. Dislike that Homestead Miami is not in the playoffs. Closer to the earlier in the season. Such a great track for a playoff race. Not going to get that. Wish it was in the playoffs. And then also, they took away a Darlington playoff race as well. We're only going to go to Darlington once for the Xfinity Series. Really a bummer. Not sure who made that decision. Not a big fan of that decision at all. And then another really noticeable one is Phoenix. The fact that Phoenix is a championship race. I'm going to keep saying it. We got to get away from that track. That track does not put on good championship racing. I would say it probably puts on the best racing with the Xfinity Series cars, but every other series it does not put on that great racing. And I'm going to say the same thing I did with the trucks. Talladega being the second to last race in round 8, I hate it. It's an entertainment move. It's not a legitimacy move. You're not trying to crown the most deserving guy having that race there. You want drama. You want craziness. That's why that track and that race in Talladega is right there at that part of the playoffs. I hate it. Here are my likes and dislikes for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series schedule. There's 38 races. We got Fox as a TV partner. We got Prime Video as streaming service as a TV partner. We got TNT returning to the NASCAR world. And then we have NBC, 4 different TV partners, man. The schedule. The Clash is at Bowman Gray. Let's go, baby. Daytona 500, Atlanta, Coda, Phoenix, Las Vegas, Homestead, Miami, Martinsville, Darlington, Bristol. We have one off week. Then Talladega, Texas, Kansas, All-Star race, last race for Fox. Then we go to the Prime Video section of the schedule. Charlotte, Nashville, Michigan, Mexico City, Pocono to end the Prime Video section of the schedule. Then we go to Atlanta to start the TNT schedule. The in-season tournament during this time for TNT. Atlanta, Chicago Street Race, Sonoma, Dover, Indianapolis. And then that ends the TNT part of the schedule. And then we go to the NBC schedule to end the season with Iowa, Watkins Glen, Richmond, regular season finale at Daytona. Then the playoffs, round of 16, Darlington, Worldwide Technology Raceway, Bristol, the round of 12, New Hampshire, Kansas, Charlotte, Louisville, the round of 8, Las Vegas, Talladega, and Martinsville, and then the championship race, Final Four, Phoenix. Now, here are my things I like about the schedule. I love that the Clash is at Bowman Gray, a very historic track for NASCAR racing. That's awesome, man. Fans will turn out to be a sold-out, packed crowd for that race. Hopefully it puts on some good racing. It'll probably be bumper cars, but it'll be sold out. Going to be really cool to see racing there at Bowman Gray again since like 1971, I believe. Then I love that Coda, a early road course race for the schedule. That'll also kick off the West Coast swing for Coda, Phoenix, Las Vegas. Then another thing I like is that the All-Star race is returning to North Wilkesboro. And then I love that Prime Video is coming on board on NASCAR. I know people are going to have to pay for the streaming service on Prime Video to watch the races, but it's a big deal for NASCAR. Prime Video's got the Coca-Cola 600. They also have the Mexico City race, which is awesome. A very big deal for NASCAR going international for the first time in a very long time. Also, Pocono is about a month earlier in the schedule than it was the past couple of years, so that's different. Also, Atlanta will kick off the in-season tournament. It'll be 5 races during the TNT part of the schedule where drivers will compete for each other for a chance to win a whole lot of money. So that'll be awesome for those 5 TNT races. Indianapolis is returning there. Dover will be later in this season. Usually it's like the last week of April. This year it'll be later in July. So I'm a big fan of that. I'll be at that race. Iowa returning. Great Sunday afternoon race there. Watkins Glen, Richmond, and then Daytona returning to the regular season finale. Last year it was Darlington. This year it will return back to Daytona. And then Darlington will go back to the first race of the playoffs, the Southern 500. I'll be there. And I like that Kansas is back. And Martinsville will be back at the same spots they've been past year. Also love that Kansas is back in the round of 12 where it's at, and then also Martinsville will end the round of 8, the final race to get into the championship 4. Now, the things I dislike about the entire schedule, there's a lot of things I dislike. I dislike that Homestead Miami Speedway is not in the playoffs. I know there's talks about them hopefully make some renovations then to hopefully host a championship race. We'll see about that. Also, as a fan, I like it, but I know as a team it's not great, but only one off week. It's not great for the teams and drivers. The Xfinity Series, ARCA, and Craftsman Truck Series will not be off Easter, but the Cup Series will. Past couple of years, NASCAR has been on Easter, but it hasn't really worked out for ratings, and attendance hasn't really been good at that track, so they moved it away. Other things I dislike have to do with the playoffs. I do not like that Worldwide Technology Race playoffs, known as Gateway, is in the playoffs because it doesn't put on the most exciting racing, especially with this car, this current Cup car. It's terrible in short tracks. I hate it's going to be in the playoffs, but it sells out. It packs the house. That's why it's where it's at. The same thing with New Hampshire. A lot of people go to that race, but it doesn't put on the best, most exciting racing. It's not the best racing track, especially with this current playoff format, but it is what it is. Also, the Charlotte Roval. I wish it was the Oval. I'm okay with the Charlotte Roval for Xfinity and trucks, but for the Cup Series, I mean, the best racing NASCAR has right now is on the ovals, the big mile-and-a-half ovals, and the fact that we have a beautiful oval at Charlotte that we're not going to use for a playoff race is a really just poor decision. I'm not sure why we keep having it. We can throw another road course if we don't want to get rid of a road course in the playoffs. Just go and bring Watkins Glen in there or another road course we can find, like COTA. It's always warm in COTA, so we can always throw one in there. But also, I know Formula 1 is around this time when this Roval race is, so that's probably why we can't have COTA as a playoff race because of Formula 1. The last 2 things I hate the most is Phoenix being in a championship race because I think it's terrible with this car. There's too much dirty air. All you got to do, the reason Joey Logano won the championship, even though he probably wasn't the fastest, he was just able to block the air from Ryan Blaney, and that's what won him the championship. Phoenix, it sells out, it packs out, but it doesn't put on great championship racing. So that's why I do not like it being in the championship race. Hopefully it changes after this year. And then the thing I hate the most, like I said, for the past 2 schedules, is the fact that Talladega is in the round of 8. It's entertainment based only. You're not here to crown the most deserving guys. There's guys that probably deserve to be in the Final 4 that could get taken out. But NASCAR won't cry for you. They'll love it. They're going to eat it all up. It's all about drama. NASCAR wants to create drama in their playoffs because I guess their playoffs by themselves doesn't create drama already. They have to throw in tracks like Talladega in a crucial part of the playoffs to create their own drama, their manufactured drama. Well, thank you guys for watching. That was all 3 schedules, my thoughts and opinions on what I think, what I like and what I dislike. Hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.